Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Ankush here from Alif Consulting. Welcome in our Azure event grid video. Here is the agenda of this video. So we will be going to have a basic understanding about event grid. We will be going to have what is the event source and the event handler look like. What kind of event sources and the handlers are supported with event grid. What are the capabilities we have? What are how and what is your serviceless application architecture look like? What are how your ops automations look like, and how you can do the application integration with event grid. At the last, I would be going to show you how exactly you can create your event grid on Azure. Right. So let's quickly jump to the introduction. So event grid is highly scalable serverless event broker that you can use to integrate application from using the events. Events are delivered by event grid to subscriber destinators such as application, Azure services, or any endpoint to which event grid has a network access. The source of this event can be either an application, either a SaaS service, or a Azure service. With event grid, you can connect solution using event driven architecture. A event driven architecture use events to communicate in the system stage changes. For example, to the other application or services, you can use filter to route the specific event to different endpoint, multicast to multi multiple endpoints, and make sure your event are reliably delivered. Right? Event grid is deployed to maximum availability by natively spreading across multiple fault domain in every region and across the availability zone. So event driven is nothing. It's kind of I can say the event driven or like same way it's work in a service bus. In a service bus, it's pass the information from one source to another source. Same thing event grid do, but event grid is basically having the information of what kind of operation do you really want to do, right? So let's take an example. There is an event has been triggered from the application, sorry, from any of the supported services, and that event need to be passed to the subscriber to the other end to do the certain operation, maybe the triggering the alert, maybe for triggering the certain application things, maybe triggering the certain database queries, right? So that's kind of work you can do using the event grid. So again, the event grid is completely scalable, serverless. You don't need to do much in the event grid. You just need to create your domains. You just need to create your event grids in your portal, and then you just have to integrate that with the application. So that's all. No code, zero code required with the event grid. This is how your event grid looks like. So you do have a plenty of sources, and then you have an event grid who eventually work like a intermediate, or I can say a middleman, basically providing you the communication or integration services between event source to the event handler. Now if any of the trigger or any of the alert has been triggered from the event source, event grid will eventually gonna make sure those events are passed to the handler, so that handler can run the certain process which has been configured based on the source or based on the event which has been generated or triggered by the event grid. Let's talk about the event source, right? So in event grid, we have a two types of, I can say three types of event source we have. First, the custom topic, or I can say a short in topic. Use custom topic if your requirement resembles for following user story. As a owner of a system, I want to communicate my system state changes by publishing the event or route those event to event handler under my control, or otherwise they can process my system event in a way they can see fit, right? So this is where you can use the custom term, where as a owner I really don't want to basically like want to take anything or any intervention. I just want to make sure, like I want to communication from my system states changes by publishing the event. So is there any changes happen from my source? I just want to make sure those changes should be communicated to the handler under my control, or otherwise that can be processed my system event in a way they see it fit, right? That's where you can use the custom topic, or I can say a topic. The next one we have is the domain or domains. Use domains if you want to deliver event to multiple team at scale. Your requirement probably are similar to the following one, right? As owner of system, I want to announce my system stains to the multiple team in a single tenant so that they can process my system event in the way they say it fit. So these are the two different things. If you have multi communication, if you want to do the broadcasting, you want to basically set or want to send the message to the multiple teams, use the domain. If you really want to have a communicate to the one-to-one, then use the topics. The third source we have is the SaaS provider or the platform, which can in event grid it's also known as a partner event. You can subscribe to these events and automate the task. For like example, like Oath or Microsoft Graph APIs kind of partners are currently available, which can be used as a SaaS partner or as a event partner event, right? So there's a plenty of Azure services which support or basically have the capability to send the event to event grid, right? Those resources are API management, app configuration, app service, blob storage, radius, Azure Cache for radius, Azure communication service, container registry, event hub, Farmbeats, Azure Health Data Services, IoT Hub, Key Vault, Kubernetes, machine learning, Azure Maps, Azure Media Service, Azure Policies, Azure Resource Groups, Azure Service Bus, Azure Signal R, and Azure Subscription. So all of these are supported sources in the event grid, which we can use to get the event. The next we have is a handler, which is going to be on the other side, who is going to process our events, right? So we have a plenty of handlers in the event grid. We have a webhook. It's a Azure automated runbook and the logic app are supported by a webhook. We have an Azure function, we have an event hub, we have a service bus queue and topic, relay hybrid connection, storage queue, and the partner destination. So these are the event handlers are basically supported with the event grid. Capability. So here are the some of the key capabilities we have in the event grid. So we have a simplicity, point and click to aim event from Azure resources to any event handler or the endpoint. Advanced filtering, we do have advanced filtering for event type or event publisher path to make sure event handler only receive the relevant events. We do have a fan out thing, so subscribe several endpoint at the same time or this to the same event to send the copies of event to as a many place as needed. Reliability, 24 hours relay with backup to make sure event are delivered. Pay per event, pay only for amount of event has been processed or event has been transaction event has been sent it to handler or processed. High throughput, right, build in with high volume workload on the event grid. You can go ahead and build your high volume workload because it's have a high throughput. Built-in events, get up and running quickly with resource defined built-in event. Custom event, you can use event grid to route, filter, and reliably deliver the custom event to your app. So these are the capabilities which we have with the Azure event grid. Now serverless application architecture. So you can say this is how your serverless application architecture look like. So event grid connect data source and the event handler in a way, like for example, use event grid to trigger a serverless function that analyze the image when you add it to the blob container. So that's something you can do by having the Azure function app, where as soon as the image has been uploaded in a blob, the event is triggered and that event can be passed to the Azure function as a handler through event grid, and uh, the Azure function can analyze the image for the certain work the way it has been configured. The second option we have ops automation. So event grid allow you to speed up automation and simplify the policy enforcement. For example, use the event grid to notify Azure automation when a virtual machine or database in Azure is created. Use the event to automatically check the service configures are compliant. Put the metadata into the operations tool, tag the virtual machine or file work item. So this kind of things you can do. A part of that you can also check is as soon as virtual machines has been created, any of the database or any of the virtual machine has been created, is it fully compliant with the required business policies? Is it fully patched? Is have all the basic understanding or basic requirements as per the as per the business requirements? So those kind of things you can also do by having the event grid. Third, application integration. So event grid connects your app with the other services. For example, create a custom topic to send your app event data to event grid and take the advantage of its reliable delivery, advanced routing and direct integration with Azure. Or you can use event grid with logic app to process the data anywhere without writing the code. So like, is there any data has been uploaded or anything has been done or any integration has been done within the application, or any kind of information change or information has been uploaded, in that case you can also have the event grid and can be integrated with the other services like the Excel functions or the logic app to trigger the certain things, right? So let's move to the demo. So this is how your event grid console look like. So on the top you need to search for event grid. As soon as you search for, you would be going to see the plenty of options, but as soon as you click on domain, you will be going to come on the same console. So this is how your console is look like. From a get started, you will be going to see a multiple things. You can see if you really want to have a system manage the system topics, if you want to create any custom event to different theme, if you really want to have the partner topics to be configured, that's something you can do it. You just need to click on it. From here you can configure your partner topics. A part of that, we do have an event for SaaS provider and the custom event in Kubernetes with Azure Arcs. All of those things can be doable with the event grid, right? So as I told you, in event we have three types of event grid topics, right? We have a system topics, we have a topics, and then we have a domains, right? So in a system one, you would, as it says, it's allows you to have the partner based system topics where you can integrate your SaaS or other partner with the event grid. The main thing which is there is topics and the domains, right? As I told you, if you really want to have a one-to-one event trigger to the one handler, then you need to use a topics, right? So creating a topics is very much easy. You just need to click on create, and you need to define the resource group where you want to create your topic, what is the name is going to be, in which region it's going to be, and then the certain things like networking. Yet it do support the private access, it do support the firewall, it do have the security if you really want to have a user identities or the system assigned identity to be integrated, and then it do have what kind of schema you want to use or what kind of data residencies you want to have. That's something you can have it with the topic which you are creating it. At the same time, if you really want to route the traffic to one to if you really want to pass the event from one to many, go for domains. And this is something you can do by having the same thing. So you just need to define the name, the location, what kind of domain it's going to be, private or public. Do you want to have any kind of security, what kind of schema and data residency is going to be, tags if you really want to apply it, and you just need to click on next. It will be going to review all the parameters which has been specified, and once the parameter is verified, you just need to click on create. right? As soon as you've done it, you would be able to create this domain as well. Sorry, you would be able to create this domain under the event grid. Sorry, wrong click. Right, and if you really want to see what are the available partner we have, so we do have a two, we do have a auth, or we do have a Microsoft Graph API. So if you click on auth 0, you would be able to create this partner topic, and from here you can basically go to the auth website and you can authenticate this topic and have this integrated directly with the Azure Event Grid. So you just need to have or give the credentials for this. I don't have that credential as of now, but yes, you can use that. And the second partner which we have is from Microsoft Graph APIs, and here we can integrate it with as well. So you just need to select the resource group and view the pending, and from here you can see what are the graph has been created, right? As of now I don't have any graph topic created, so it's not available. As part of that, I can see if there is any partner topic has been there. If there is any partner topic has been configured, I do have options to create the partner namespace or the partner registration as well under the event grid. All right, that's it in this demo. I hope you like this video. If you like, please click on like and subscribe for more upcoming videos, and feel free to reach us if you have any questions. Thank you.